welcome back to my channel. This is my second video, so I thought I'll come here and have a chat again with you. So today we'll be talking about how I started in property. I think in my previous video I did say that I'd started in 2019, but prior to that we purchased our first property. So this property was perfecto. I think I'll talk about it later on in my other video. So this was in 2016. We were living in a council house for about 7 years, and we decided to purchase the property. And as you know, I'm not sure if you're aware of a right to buy. So that's how we started, really. And then this property was what we call a cash cow. So we raised quite a lot of money from this property. I'll discuss it later on, though we bought it very cheap, extremely cheap, but we raised a lot of money. That's why we called it our cash cow. So I'll talk about it in my other video later on. Yeah, so then fast forward to 2019, that's when I started, and my first strategy was rent to HMO, which is a rent to rent strategy. So a rent to rent is whereby you take a landlord's property or from the letting agents, rent it from them, and then rent it out room by room to multiple occupants. So our first one was a 6-bedroom property, and we moved on to another 4-bed, and on and on and on. And what I can say is consistency. It works. And talking about what you do, letting everybody what you do, it helps a lot. I started documenting what I was doing, letting everybody know. And from my first property, the rent to HMO, I did not contact agents from that property to get more properties. It was just referral. Either one agent refers another agent, or one landlord refers another landlord to me. So yeah, as I said, document everything that you do and share with other people. And so from then on, we then moved into a rent to serviced accommodation, which is a good strategy. I found it's a lot of work. I would not lie to you. Even rent to HMO, it is also a lot of work, because in one property you're dealing with clients that have got multiple characters, differences, you know. Yeah, but my advice would be that if you are putting people in one property, multiple tenants, it's best to put, if you're putting students in one property, just put students only. If you're putting professionals, put professionals only, because there will be a clash of personalities. Whereas students, they get along, they speak the same language, you know, they do similar activities, etc. Whereas the professionals, they just want to go to work, come home, it's quiet, you know, in a quiet evening, relax, etc., getting ready to go back into work again the next day. But students may come home, they want to have a bit of party, drink here, there, So these different characters, best to just put students on their own and professionals on their own. Yeah, so we've done rent to service accommodation. So the first one in terms of service accommodation, it was a 10-bed hotel. As a first one, I think I actually did quite well. And also how I got this property, it was just a referral. No, actually this was not a referral. It was via networking event. I was attending networking event and I met the landlord there, talked about what I do, etc., etc. And to my surprise, the landlord had a property that they were struggling to manage, along with their full-time work, etc., and family. And they're like, no, they would like for you to take on this property on a long-term basis. Yeah, and I went from there, sought a business partner, and we took it on together. And yeah, then from then on went into more service accommodation. But prior to coming into service accommodation, I think when I started in 2019, I had a mindset that I do not want to just be, doing rent to service accommodation, etc. I want to build my own portfolio. So in 2020, I did buy a 2-bed property. I can discuss it later on, how I purchased it, etc., etc., which is a strategy on its own. So it was a buy, refurbish, refinance property. Quite a good strategy, to be honest, and it worked out very well for me as my kind of first investment property. It worked out very well. Went on from there, purchased multiple flats as well, but these flats, they were already tenanted, which was a good thing, because it was just making money from the go. From then on, we've gone on to refurbish the flats and put them on serviced accommodation. So the other thing that we also need to do for this property is to separate the title. We've not gone for that yet, but this will also increase the value of the property. So how it's made up, if the house that is separated into flats, it's separated into flats, but it's still under one title. Yeah, so I can talk about that on my video later on. Yeah, so that's how I started in property. Started with the rent to rent, and then moved on to, rent to service accommodation, started purchasing. I've also done deal selling. So my deal selling is just for a niche clients of mine, and these clients are the supported living providers. So I find them suitable properties, and they pay me a sourcing fee, because they are very busy, working with the local authorities, seeking tenders, dealing with their ongoing clients, etc., caring for them and providing the support. So they never have enough time to be contacting agents and landlords, etc., to look for properties. So that's how I then come in and find these niche clients and look for properties for them. So guys, in a nutshell, I started property with very little money, to be honest, and the strategies that I started with was rent to HMO, and then moved into serviced accommodation, and a bit of deal selling, and right now I am building the assets. So I will get on to showing you how I'm now building my assets, but anyone can do it. If I can, so can you. So see you on the next one. Take care.